Hello everyone, welcome to day 13 of the La La Land Crafts Christmas Advent 24 days of tutorials. So it is day 13. So with our Advent event, we do have a giveaway. So you can win one of three $50 gift certificates to the La La Land Crafts store. And all you need to do is comment on the videos or blog posts. So you'll comment on this video and then I'll link the blog post below and you'll go comment there and give yourself more chances to win. And then also using the code ADVENT 2022, you can get 20% off your order. So if you see anything you like today on this project, you'll be able to get 20% off those products. So I am going to create this adorable banner shaped mini album with you guys today. So I did use the large banner die for the base, and then we're going to use a lot of other really sweet La La Land Crafts products as we create this little mini. So there's actually two ways that you can kind of display it. So one is like this, standing up with the spine flat. And then the other one is to kind of push the spine back, and then you're kind of able to see all the cute layers inside. So the front here is a shaker. So I just think it's so stinking cute. So we have Santa flying in there. We have some cute little trees. I put the word joy right here with a cute little bow die here. And then when we get into it, we have done some simple little adding of die cuts and some layering, so lots of nice space for photos. I do show you how to leave these open in the tutorial so you can kind of stick your photos behind them. So it's pretty simple. It comes together really quickly, and I'm very excited for it. So let's get right into the tutorial. All right, guys, let's get started by creating our little album base. Again, I'm sorry if my voice is a little rough. I have a tiny bit of a head cold. So I have right now 5 of my banner pieces cut. We'll see how many we actually end up using. And I used red cardstock and the largest of the large banner die. I cut that 5 times from red cardstock. And then I have 3 of these little strips cut out of white cardstock. So these are 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, and on the 1 1/4 side, I scored it 1/2 inch, flipped it in the scoreboard, and scored it again at 1/2 inch. And I have 3 of these, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started by connecting 2 of my banner pieces, okay? So I'm going to connect them so that the pretty side is down. So I'm going to get one of my strips. So remember, it was 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, and on the 1 1/4 side we scored it 1/2 inch. Flipped in the scoreboard and get 1/2 inch, and that gives us a little 1/4 inch gusset in the middle. So we can go ahead and fold and burnish, and this is just 65-pound cardstock. So I'm going to add my art glitter glue to just one of these 1/2 inch sections here for now. And then I'm going to take my little banner piece and I am going to lay this down on top of here and just make sure to center it in, because it's about a 1/4 inch shorter than our banner on both sides. So just line it up right along there. All right, now we'll take our next one and we'll add our glue to this 1/2 inch section. bend that down. And then just kind of line up the banner. Make sure it's lined up. So you're getting it in the exact same spot on both of them. And you can just kind of flip it over and make sure it's not going over the edge. Then we can burnish all of that. All right, so that is what it should look like at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to 2 more of my banner pieces. All right, so now that you've got 2 pieces like this, we need to connect these 2 together. So it's gonna be pretty much the exact same thing. I still have the same strip that's 1 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I scored it at 1/2 inch on the 1 1/4 side. Flipped it and scored it at 1/2 inch. So we can go ahead and fold and burnish this. And then add your glue to one of the 1/2 inch sections. And just line it up with that other white piece on one of your sections. Just like that. And then we'll add glue to this one. And attach this to that. Just make sure they're all nice and lined up. And then you can actually press it flat. Make sure it's all nice and straight. And burnish it. And then just kind of bring them all back up again. Just so that your little spine pieces are nice and flat on the back like that. All right, so now let's work on the shaker element that's going to go on the front of our album. So what I've done is I've cut another one of the large banner pieces. So this is the largest die in the set from white cardstock. And then using the Christmas cheer paper pack, so super cute papers in here. This is what we'll be using for the whole album. I cut another one of the large banners, but then I took the smaller one. So this is the smaller one that comes with it, and I simply placed it on this one. So I put that one in there and I cut it again so that we could get this nice little frame, okay? Then again, with the largest one, I cut an acetate layer from acetate. So this is with the largest banner die. And then I added some 1/8 inch, or it's probably 1/4 inch score tape all the way around it. And then I've already removed the backing. So now we can go ahead and attach these 2 together. All right, now we can go ahead and burnish that tape onto there. Just like this. All right, now what we need to do is add some foam tape all the way around. So I have some 1/4 inch foam tape and I'm going to add it all the way around the pattern paper. All right, so I've gone ahead and added foam tape all the way around where my pattern paper would be. So just make sure you can't see the foam tape through the front. So we'll put this aside for now and we will work on the back of our shaker. So I've got one of the stencils here from the Snowy Hills layering stencil, and I'm going to put it right on top of my little piece, and then I'm going to use some Speckled Egg Distress Oxide ink, and I've just got a little blending brush here, and I'm just going to go over it and just add some nice snowy texture to my background here. So just get it all over. So this is just like an easy way to add some nice texture to your background. So super, super cute. I like that it's uneven. I like that it's just kind of light. So before we attach this, let's go ahead and add these 2 layers. So these 2 layers are also from the large banner die. So there is a scallop layer and then just the layer that goes on top of that. So I've cut the silver layer. So I've cut the silver layer with this die, and then the pink layer is with this die. And I'm going to attach these first to the front here because we kind of just need to be aware where they're going to be for our die placement on the inside of the shaker. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm kind of just going to go only on the pattern paper with the glue, not on the acetate. So only about that far there on both sides. Then I'll attach it all the way to the edge of my banner. So all the way to the top and all the way to both sides. And then I think I want to pop this layer up. So I'll put some foam tape on it quickly. So just 1 and 2 little foam tape layers. And this one will go all the way to the top and all the way to both sides as well. So the reason I wanted to attach these first is because we really need to consider where this is for our die placement on the inside. So this cute little tree here is from the snow globe die, and I just cut it with pattern paper, so also from the Christmas cheer paper pack. So it's actually the other side of this layer that we did here. So it's just this cute pattern. And then the stitched trees die, so that's these 2. I cut with just some kind of more neutral paper, but it's like a snowflake print, but it's also from the same paper pack. And what I want to do is I want to attach these probably right about there. So just kind of keep checking how your other layer lines up. And make sure you get lots of nice glue on these because you want it all to be down flat so that your sequins doesn't get stuck in there. So that one's gonna go there, and then the other 2 will kind of go overlapping it a little bit like this. Really, really cute. So kind of there for both of these. And then for our Santa, so I cut the Santa sleigh. So I did it from silver, like a shiny metallic silver cardstock. And this is the new Santa sleigh die from La La Land Crafts. Really, really cute. So he's gonna be flying kind of above the trees there. So that is where I'm gonna place him. So just get your glue on there. So I think about right there is perfect. Yep, that looks really good. All right, so now what we need to do is first go ahead and remove the backings of your foam tape, because that way you'll be prepared. All right, so I've removed my backings, and I've got a little sequence mix here from Picket Fence Studios, and it's called Frozen Nutcracker. So kind of a cute name. Oops. So I'm gonna put just, you know, a little bit in here, not a ton, just enough for it to be able to shake around and make sure they're all in the middle so none of them get stuck. And then just go ahead and put this on top of it. Make sure it's nice and even. And then give it a good press before you touch it anymore. All the way around. All right. And then there's our cute little shaker scene. How stinking cute is that? All right, then to finish off our little cover, I have die cut the letters J-O-Y. So I did J and Y from silver cardstock and then the O from red. And I used the skinny letters dies. So I just kind of cut them apart as I need them. So I use the skinny letters dies to do that. And what I want to do is I want to kind of hook the J through the O. So let's put glue on here. So put glue all over it there. And I'm going to put it here, about right there. And then before it fully dries, I'm going to put my Y. And I want to put one of the little pieces from the Y kind of underneath the O as well. I think that looks super, super cute. All right, then next I have also cut this cute little scalloped edge for the banner, and I've cut it from silver cardstock, and this also comes with the large banner die. And I'm just gonna put that right along there just to finish off that edge. And I'm just gonna use my art glitter glue. And just place it right on here. And it just finishes off that edge. And from the large ornament die, it has two sized bows that comes with it. I've cut this size, and I'm gonna put that right in the center here. So I'm just only gonna put glue on the middle. And I'm gonna put it right where that peaks. Just like that. All right, and then that will finish off our cute little cover. So we're just gonna lay this aside for now and then finish up our album. All right, so now let's go back to working on our album. So I've gone ahead and I've cut 6 of the smaller banner layer dies from just my 65-pound white cardstock, and we are gonna go ahead and layer these all through the inside of our book. So let's start at the beginning here. So this is technically the inside front. I'm going to use my beacon glue because it doesn't warp and it allows me to move it around a little bit. So I'm going to place it right here. So just center it onto your red layer. And then I've also cut 6 of these, the banner kind of edges, just like this on my pages. So I'm going to use the art glitter glue because it's not playing nice. So just get that on there. And then I'm going to line it up like this, so there is still some of the red showing down here. Some of the red on the edge showing there, because I think that looks super pretty, but you can definitely put yours all the way to the edge if you want. I just think this is a bit of a different way to use it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and complete the rest of my pages just like this. All right, so now I've gone ahead and went through and added all our white layers and the silver layers. Now we're just going to do a tiny bit of embellishing. So a little tip at this point is, if you do have photos that are going to go in this, if you kind of already have an idea of what photos you want to add your photos first, then do your embellishing that I'm going to show you. Because that way you can put them on top of it. I don't really know yet what I want to do with this one, what I want to add photos of, but so I'm just going to go through and kind of embellish it. So I have a couple things cut here. I cut more of the stitched trees dies. So this this die right here, I cut 2 more of those, just again from some pattern paper from the same paper pack we've been using, the Christmas Cheer. And then I also cut the 3 presents dies. So all of these dies are from La La Land Crafts, and they will be linked below. The 3 presents die here, so that's these 3. Really, really cute. Can be used for birthdays or Christmas or really any event. And I've so cut them from pattern paper, so I'm kind of trying to stick with a pink and green type of theme and red. And then I also have cut them from silver cardstock, so I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that in a second. And then I've also cut another one of the trees from the snow globe die from pink cardstock, and then I've cut each of the bows from the large ornaments. I'm obsessed with these bows. I've cut them from silver cardstock. Okay, so we have a couple little ephemera bits to play with, but let's begin by assembling these presents. So what I want to do is I want to take my scissor and cut the bow parts out of the silver cardstock. All right, so now what we're gonna do is take the silver parts and glue them onto our patterned paper presents. Say that 10 times fast. Patterned paper presents. I'm gonna leave the top without glue, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I'm gonna kind of just push it up a little bit. So you could still align them, but then I'll kind of just separate them a little bit just so it looks like it has a bit of a layer on it. All right, so we've got our little presents assembled. So now we can just kind of go through and decide where we want to put things. So again, you can put your pictures on first, but I'm going to try to just like partially glue things so that we're still able to like pop a photo underneath it kind of thing. Gives it some cute texture. All right, so that is pretty much our little pages complete. Now we can go ahead and add our cover. So I'm gonna use my Fabri-Tac glue because I can move it around a little bit. And that's very important when you have to do something so exact. So just, you can lay it down so you can get it lined up really well. And then you can kind of press it from the inside as well. All right, and that is it. So you do have two options of how you want to display this. You could have it flat like this so that you see all those pretty silver layers, or you could have it up like this with the spine flattened out, right? So that's totally a choice. I think it looks pretty cute like standing like this, and then I also think it looks cute like this. So that's totally a choice that's up to you. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's day 13 of the La La Land Crafts 24 days of Christmas. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.